Hello, my name is Darren Coughlin, and tonight I'm going to give a very quick demonstration of the comparison helper methods that I wrote for SpecFlowAssist. These were just added to the SpecFlow project, so you should be able to use these methods in future builds or if you grab the latest source from GitHub. But just to show you the problem that I had with SpecFlow, I would often write scenarios like this where I would take in an object and then I would want to compare it to a set of values like this. And that got a little tedious because I would have to write the code to pull, like in this case, line 1, line 2, line 3, and I have to manually write the test to make sure each one of those passed. And I wanted to make it a little easier, so I made these comparison helper methods. So let me go ahead and show these to you. I haven't actually written out any of this, so you get to see this kind of get built up from nothing. So I need to implement this. So let's go ahead and start. What this basically is a test for a label generator that will take account data and convert it into labels. Sorry. So in the case I generate a label, so this account is going to be pulled from the table. Sorry. So in this case, I generate a label for the following account. So I want to save this label because I bet I'll be using it soon. So I'm just going to save it in scenario context. Now what do I have? Oh, yeah. I'm going to make a label step file. Oops. Okay, here's where the fun's going to begin. I want to see if I get the label. So first thing I need to do is get the label back out of this scenario context. Like so. Okay, here's the method, compare to instance. What this will do is it will compare the table values that I have here to the values that are actually in this label object. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. And it's going to fail. And it says the item we compared to is null. So let's actually make this thing pass. And look, I am returning null. So now I'm going to say return new label. Actually, let's just return that. See what it says. Okay, it's going to see here it expected John Galt, basically expected these values, but it got nothing. So let's go ahead and make one of them pass. Oh, it still doesn't like that because I expect it to be all uppercase, so I'll say to upper. See, so the first line passed, so now it needs the line 2 and 3 to pass. Let's go ahead and make those pass real fast. Okay, so we have a passing test. So that's a very, very quick demonstration of compare to instance, but you can kind of see how it makes it easy to take tables of data and to compare them to objects. And it works with most of the properties, the base.NET properties that you can have, strings, ints, decimals, doubles, GWIDs, all that stuff. It won't work with, complex objects, of course. You might have to break that into multiple steps. So let's try the set comparison. So I'm going to go ahead and close all of this. And let's get to the next one. Now in this case, I actually have a set of accounts, and then I want to check for a set of labels. So just like before, I'm going to run the test, and I'm going to let SpecFlow do the work for me. It's going to tell me what steps I need to generate. They're going to be very similar to the ones I had before. But in this case, I can't read that. There we go. I'm actually going to pull out multiple, so I'm going to say create set, which is another. This is another, SpecFlowAssist helper method, which will turn that table of accounts into a set of accounts. Let's get the label generator again. And I'm going to labels for accounts. And I'm going to load them into scenario context because I'm going to be checking those later with this handy method. Let's pull these labels out, and they should be an IEnumerable of label. This time I'm going to say compare to set and pass in the labels. Run this. It'll go red. It says value cannot be null. Sorry, label generator. Yeah, I'm returning null. So how about I just return an empty set? It's going to say, oh, it couldn't find rows 1, 2, or 3. So let's see if we can return one of them. And I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to grab this code up here. Okay, forgive the formatting. Oh, I made it pass because it saw all of them. Let's throw it for a loop, and let's say where let's exclude anybody where the first name is John, which should cut out this guy right here. That is, it should if I fix the build error. There's an extra parenthesis at the bottom. You can see in this case it noticed that it had rows 2 and 3, but it couldn't find 1. Well, I won't show you every single iteration of how you could break this thing, but basically it'll make sure you can find anything. And it will also, or let me point out, it does not care about the order. So I'm going to order by line 2 and run this. And even though I just changed the order, so the order won't match this, actually it will in this case. Let's say order by, well, descending. So it doesn't really care about the order that these are returned. It just cares that it found all 3 of them. And if there's any kind of mismatch, it'll fail. So that's a quick demonstration of the helper methods. If you want more help, just go to GitHub. I have a wiki that explains how to use each of these methods and all the other methods in SpecFlowAssist. Thank you.